And we can't have the historical, I believe people should be housed, but just don't house them on my block. Everyone's block is going to be impacted by this. And so we have to add our advocacy with our ability to help our neighbors. And we need everyone on board with this, because as I stated last week, our schools are going to be impacted. Our healthcare system is going to be impacted. Our infrastructure is going to be impacted. But we're willing to do our job, and we're going to do our job, and we're going to need all New Yorkers to be with us on this.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let me tell you guys, the theme of this video is going to be to defeat a leftist, right? Or to defeat a Democrat, liberal, progressive, whatever you want to call them. Just give them what they want. Just give them what they want. Give them everything that they want, right? And that is the best way to defeat them. For example, okay? We talk about inflation, okay? All the Democrats wanted stimulus checks, right? The progressives wanted to spend $10 trillion, okay? That's what they wanted, okay? They wanted free handouts from the government. Lo and behold, they got their free handouts, and they're the same people that are complaining about inflation and the economy, right? Only 10% of Democrats feel that Joe Biden is not being progressive enough, right? That is how you flip a Democrat. That is how you red pill a liberal. Just give them what they want. Let them see that their policies are not desirable, okay? And this story right here about the border and what is happening in cities like Washington, D.C. and New York City is another example of give the Democrats what they want in order to defeat them. As Democrats have claimed that they love illegals, right? They love illegal immigrants, even going as far as to declare some of their big liberal cities sanctuary cities where illegals are welcome, right? Places like Washington, D.C. and New York City. Now, lo and behold, okay, they actually got what they want, right? They got their illegals because Arizona and Texas have decided to start shipping their illegal immigrants to Washington, D.C. in protest of the Biden administration and his border policies allowing illegals into this country. All of a sudden, they don't like illegal immigrants no more, right? They don't like illegal immigration, and they're now complaining about how the illegals are taking up all their resources, okay? They're spouting the same talking points that red states and conservatives were spouting about how illegal immigration is a strain on their social safety net. But yet conservatives and Republicans were called bigots and racist, right? And xenophobic for simply stating the truth about the effects of illegal immigration on their states. Now, again, we have mayors like Eric Adams and DC Mayor Muriel Bowser going public with this, saying that, look, this is taking up a lot of resources. We can't deal with this. However, Mayor Bowser is kicking it up a notch, right? Going as far as to now beg the Biden administration for the National Guard to come in and help. And not just stopping there, also demanding that the Biden administration do something about the border, okay? That is what she's doing. Again, it is amazing how these Democrats all of a sudden don't want to take this problem seriously when their states become border states, right? So I want to actually play that clip for you guys. But before I play that clip, I just want to say real quick, some of you guys in the comment section have been telling me how you've been unsubscribed from the channel. I don't know how this happens, but, just double check and make sure you are subscribed if you're normally subscribed to this channel. If you're not normally subscribed to this channel and you're watching this video, if you like my content, then you should subscribe. If you don't like my content, you think it's trash, then don't. But, so without further ado, let's go ahead and roll this clip because it is glorious. Take a look.
4 at 4 starts now.
And first on 4, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser has requested the National Guard for what she calls a humanitarian crisis. Thanks for joining us. I'm Leon Harris.
And I'm Erica Gonzalez. The mayor says the arrival of migrants by the busload from Texas and Arizona have reached a tipping point.
News 4's Mark Seagraves was first to report the development earlier this afternoon. He joins us now live from Union Station, where many of the buses have been dropping off people for weeks now there. Mark?
Yeah, good afternoon, Leon, and good afternoon, Erica. Yeah, Mayor Bowser had been coming under fire in recent weeks from nonprofit groups who have been down here providing support to these migrant busloads of people when they've been showing up down here. Today, as you said she is now requesting the National Guard and saying that this is a federal problem and, in her words, is only going to get worse. This has been the scene near Union Station for months now. Busloads of people being dropped off on the streets of D.C., most coming from Texas and Arizona. In letters to the Secretary of Defense and the White House, Mayor Bowser is requesting the D.C. National Guard be deployed indefinitely.
So I've asked for the deployment of the Guard as long as we need the Guard to deal with the humanitarian crisis that we expect to escalate. The number of people crossing the border seeking asylum, we expect to only go up.
In the letter to the Department of Defense, the Bowser administration wrote, "I am writing to request the assistance of the D.C. National Guard to help prevent a prolonged humanitarian crisis in the nation's capital." According to the letters, at least 4,000 people have been dropped off on the streets of D.C. over the past few months. In her letter to the White House, Bowser points the finger at the governors of Arizona and Texas, insisting this is a federal problem. The migrant crisis facing our city and our country through the cruel political gamesmanship from the governors of Texas and Arizona must be dealt with at a federal level. In April, Texas Governor Greg Abbott explained why he was sending the migrants to D.C.
We are sending them to the United States Capitol, where the Biden administration will be able to more immediately address the needs of the people that they are allowing to come across our border.
Today, Bowser called on the Biden administration to provide support for these thousands of people finding themselves in the nation's capital.
We know that the federal government does this because we see this type of response with Afghan refugees, and now we see it with people who are coming to the United States from Ukraine.
So you have the Democratic mayor of Washington, D.C. and the Republican governor of Texas, both with a similar message to the president of the United States that it is the federal responsibility to provide support to these thousands of migrants coming across the border. We reached out to the Secretary of Defense and asking why they hadn't responded and what their plan was about the request. We have not gotten a reply. You know that Mayor Bowser and Delegate Eleanor Holmes Norton have been complaining that Mayor Bowser, unlike every governor in the country, is unable to call out the National Guard when she needs to. We saw this, of course, play out back on January 6th. Erica, Leon, back to you guys.
All right, Mark, before you go, NBC News is reporting now that ICE agents recently found dozens of migrants in what they're calling stash houses around D.C. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, this is a developing story that you'll see tonight on the evening news. It was 73 migrants found in 6 different houses. This includes 13 children. These stash houses, as you call them, are located in Upper Northwest in residential areas. They also found $95,000 in cash and a small amount of cocaine. We really don't know exactly when this discovery was made or what's happened to those 73 people who were found, again, including more than a dozen children, but we hope to learn more in the coming days. Leon?
All right, you got it. Thanks, Mark. Mark Seagraves reporting live from Union Station this evening.
Yeah, so what is interesting about this, outside of the hypocrisy from the Democrats in regards to the border, is the fact that the mayor is requesting National Guard assistance for this after allegedly denying National Guard assistance for January 6th. As the chief of staff to the acting Secretary of Defense, Chris Miller, who was in charge at the time, Kash Patel, basically revealed that Trump had authorized as many as 20,000 National Guard troops to be there during January 6th. However, a D.C. Mayor Bowser denied that request for political reasons.
Meet Kash Patel. On January 6th, he was the chief of staff to the acting United States Secretary of Defense under President Donald Trump. And very recently, he came out and confirmed that the Pentagon offered the National Guard troops 2 days before January 6th, saying that they were declined due to political reasons, implying that all of this could have been prevented. This has been corroborated by this letter that was sent by Mayor Muriel Bowser, the Washington, D.C. mayor, on January 5th, 2021, sent specifically to the acting Secretary of Defense, which is where Kash Patel worked. And she wrote this paragraph specifically saying, to be clear, D.C. does not want any federal law enforcement personnel, and you better notify us before you even think about sending them our direction. And so the question, Miss Muriel Bowser, is why did you decline any resources on January 6th?
Well, it's obvious, right? It's for the same reason the Capitol Police just kind of let those protesters into the Capitol, okay? Let them go on a joyride, right? A tour of the Capitol, okay? It's because it seems like it was allowed to happen, right? They kind of allowed January 6th to get out of control for political reasons, okay? That is what happened. But all of a sudden, when the incentive structure is not in their favor, when they have to deal with the negative externalities of having illegal immigrants in their cities and their states, again, all of a sudden, these people become tough, right? They're tough on the border, right? She's demanding that Biden get tough on the border, okay? It really blows my mind. Next thing you know, these Democrat mayors, okay, like Eric Adams and Muriel Bowser will be trying to build walls, right? We need to build a wall around our city to keep illegals out, okay? They're going to be saying the exact same things that they called conservatives and Republicans bigots over. They called us xenophobic and racist over, okay? Because we don't want illegals in our states, right? Again, it's amazing how this works. It's amazing how this works. And that's the point of this video, guys. In order to red pill a Democrat, right, in order to actually get them to do their jobs, just give them what they want. Give them exactly what they want. Oh, D.C.'s a sanctuary city. Illegals are welcome here, and you're cold-hearted. If you don't allow illegals into your state or your city, okay, great. Here you go. Here's all the illegals that you want, right? It's almost as if these sanctuary cities or these so-called sanctuary cities, they only declared themselves sanctuary cities because they knew that it would be harder for illegals to get here than it would be for them to get to states like Texas and Arizona, right? It's almost as if they were like, well, we'll declare ourselves sanctuary cities. Therefore, we can incentivize illegals to come across the border, and we'll just hope that they stay in Texas and Arizona and just never come here, right? Again, it's almost like that's what the whole point of being a sanctuary city was in the first place, because now all of a sudden they get a little influx of migrants, not nearly as much as Texas and Arizona and some of these other border states are getting, and they want to boo-hoo, whine, and complain about it, right? It's a problem. It's an issue. Biden, help us. We need the federal government to stop this. We need help. Again, this is absolutely hilarious. This is absolutely amazing, right? Again, just give the Democrats what they want. Just give them what they want. That's how you red pill them. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.